My latest project with the 2019 Grand Sport convertible was a new set of Michelin Pilot all-season 4s. Had those installed at Discount Tire, and of course I kept the old tires because they still had a good amount of tread on them. They had about 10,000 miles on them, and with the car was set up for street alignment, so they didn't wear too much. But we get a lot of rain in the area, and if I get caught in the rain, I didn't want to be on the sport tires. I'd rather be on the all-season tires. But problem has developed. Two of the tires, or two of the rims rather, the two here on the right side, are both bent. When they were installing the tires and doing the balancing, they showed me how they were bent. They were just slightly bent, but it was noticeable enough so I am falling victim to the same problem that so many other Corvette C7 Corvette owners have reported. Now, I've only had the car about 2 weeks. It's of course used, 10,000 or almost 10,000 miles on it when I got it. So I'm gonna contact the dealer that I bought it from tomorrow, and they are a Chevy dealer, and it is a certified Chevy product. You know, the certified used program that they have. So hopefully they will honor that warranty, even though the GM is not honoring the warranty on the wheels. We'll see how it goes, and I'll report back when I have more information. And I do have a video of the imbalance that I will add to this video when I post it. Yeah, when it's going slower, it's really noticeable. Okay. Yeah, that's horrible. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can see it there when it's a little slower. Okay. Down. Yeah, this one's bent too. Yep. So it means probably all four of them are bent.
We'll check them all out.
Most of the time people see
that one's really good.
It's not bad, but it's hard to replace only 3. An update on the bent rims. I was getting new tires put on the 2019 Grand Sport. I've had the car for a little over 2 weeks when I decided, well, I wanted to save the sport tires for when I decide to start taking it to the track. Plus, I live in Houston, in the Houston area, and we get a lot of rain, and sometimes it's without much notice, and we get a couple of inches at a time, so I wasn't very comfortable on the sport tires, driving around on the sport tires all the time. So for this to be a daily driver, I went ahead and put the Michelin all-season Pilot 4 tires on. But when I was at Discount Tire getting the tires put on, they noticed that a couple of the rims were bent. So I brought the tires and rims home, thought about it a little longer, and there were two technicians working on the car, working on the tires. I just took the tires to them, not the car itself. And I figured that maybe the other two were bent also, then that technician just didn't pay close attention to the roundness of the tire when it was on the balancer. And because he was doing multiple things at the same time, so I took all 4 tires back to Discount Tire, and the manager at Discount Tire was very nice and helped me out, and we took another look at all the tires and numbered them so that when I took video of them to send to the dealership, that I knew which one went with which video. And it turned out 3 of the rims were bent and the 4th one was straight, and it is on one of the front rims was the straight one, and the other 3 are all bent. So I'll give you an update when I get a response from the dealership that I purchased the car from. A little addition: I won't be driving the car. I don't think it's a good idea to drive on the bent rims, especially with how bad one of the back rims is bent. I didn't notice how bad it was when I drove it, since I've had it for the last couple of weeks. But I did notice a little bit of something, but most of the time it was barely noticeable. But it is still something that should be resolved by the dealership I purchased the car from. And it is a certified GM pre-owned vehicle, so I would think that they would honor that pre-owned certification. We'll see. So I've been looking for replacement rims. I really like the original rims that are on the car, the style. So I'm trying to find something close to that. I haven't been able to find an exact match that is not the OEM cast aluminum wheels, which is a huge mistake. Cast aluminum. I still can't believe that they put cast aluminum on a sports car like this. So I have been researching rims and looking for an alternative. When I make a selection, which I'm going to make a selection soon, because I want to drive this car just about every day. So it's been sitting here for 2 days, not being driven at all, and hopefully I can get the new rims in the next week or so. And I'll give an update when I get the new rims or hear from the dealership. All right, the update on the wheel situation. I purchased 4 Varo VD19Xs. Discount Tire helped me out by ordering them, and of course that's where I bought the tires from. So they took the tires off of the original rims and put them on the new rims at no charge, but they did make arrangements for the purchase of the Varo rims. They came out to be about $2,100 for all 4. And I still have the old rims. Still waiting to hear from the dealership in Virginia as to what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to want these rims back or what the situation will be. We'll find out. It's been a lot of weather in the Washington D.C. area this week. Plus, I heard the general manager has COVID, so still waiting to hear back from them about what we're going to do, how we're going to resolve the cost of these new wheels. We'll find out. So take a little closer look at them. They look pretty good. They're gloss black. The center cap didn't fit from the original wheels to these, so temporarily I have the Navarro center cap on here. I ordered some new center caps from Amazon, so hopefully they'll fit. Navarro told me they were 65 millimeters, so the closest thing I could find were 66, but hopefully that difference won't make a big difference to where they don't fit. So the offsets are slightly different than the original wheels. So they are about a half an inch further out than the original wheels. So we'll take a quick look at that. So this is what it looks like. So they're not sticking any further out than the fender well, or the fender flare. The fender flares that I installed from ACS. So the fender flares they're not solid. So there's a bit of they're more of a lip. So the wheels, hopefully if they camber in as the wheel travels up, hopefully they got plenty of travel here and they won't hit the fender. We'll see. On the rear, the camber again, the offset again is about half an inch. So looking straight along the fender, they don't stick out anymore. They don't stick out past the fender. So hopefully, again, if the camber, when the travel goes up, they won't hit the fender. We'll find out. That's all for now. More information on the Navarro VD19Xs. I took the car out for a drive yesterday, about 40 or 50 miles, and I got caught in the rain. So I got to test the Pilot Sport all-season 4s in the rain and at highway speeds, and everything went pretty well. I felt solid on these tires as opposed to the sport tires that came on the car that had a little wear on those. On wet streets, they seemed a little too slippery. But for the Navarros, everything went pretty smooth. They rode well. I didn't feel the slight vibration that I was feeling on the bent rims. Didn't notice any of that, so everything went pretty well. But only time will tell whether these rims will stand up to the Corvette. They are flow formed, so they should be stronger than the cast aluminum. We'll see. I'll probably get the tires balanced, even if they don't need to be balanced, just to have the rims checked for roundness and cracks. I'll probably get them balanced in about 6 months, and then I'll post another update.